Stand by. Oh, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. This week's show's my one public show Friday night at the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. Be there. It's a video dance party karaoke jam from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the a.m. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, it is President's Day. All right, President's Day. What are we celebrating? Why do we celebrate President's Day? What do you know about President's Day? I remember, I know we celebrate President's Day. All right, this is what I know before I even start reading is I'm watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yes, I know, my life in movies. I remember that they captured Abraham Lincoln. And he said his birthday in the movie, well, and in real life, is February 12th, 1809. And that's pretty much why we celebrate around this time. Well, amongst one other reason, it's also Washington's birthday. That's right. That's right. President's Day officially is Washington's birthday. It's a holiday in the United States, celebrated on the third Monday of February to honor all persons who served in the office of President of the United States, and a federal holiday specifically honoring George Washington, who led the Continental Army to victory in the American Revolutionary War. Presided at the Constitutional Convention of 1787 and was the first president of the United States. The day is a state holiday in most states, with official names including Washington's birthday, President's Day, President's Day with the apostrophe after presidents, President's Day with the apostrophe before presidents, President's Day with no apostrophe at all, and Washington and Lincoln's birthday. The various states use 15 different names depending upon the specific law. The state holiday may officially celebrate Washington alone, Washington and Lincoln, or some other combination of U.S. presidents, such as Washington and Thomas Jefferson, who was born in April. Oh, my goodness. Washington's birthday was celebrated on February 22nd from 1879 until 1971, when the Uniform Monday Act moved it to the third Monday in February, which can occur from February 15th to the 21st. The day eventually also became known as President's Day, though the placement of the apostrophe, if any, varies. And is most often an occasion to remember all U.S. presidents or to honor Abraham Lincoln and Washington's birthdays together. Official state holidays. Although Lincoln's birthday, February 12th, as I mentioned before, was never a federal holiday, nearly half of the state governments have officially renamed their Washington's birthday observances as, quote, President's Day, end quote, and, quote, Washington and Lincoln Day, end quote, or other such designations. In historical rankings of presidents of the United States, Lincoln and Washington are frequently the top two presidents. In the following states and possessions of the United States, Washington's birthday is an official state holiday known as using president in the official title. President's Day with the apostrophe after the S in Hawaii, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, South Dakota, Texas, Vermont, and Washington. President's Day with the apostrophe before the S in Alaska, Idaho, Maryland, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Wyoming. President's Day, no apostrophe, is in Nevada, New Jersey, and Oregon. Washington's birthday, President's Day, with the apostrophe before the S on both occasions in Maine. Lincoln Washington President's Day in Arizona, using Washington alone. George Washington Day in Virginia. Washington's birthday in Illinois, Iowa, Massachusetts, Michigan, Louisiana, and New York. Using both Washington and Lincoln. Lincoln and Washington's birthday is in Montana. Washington Lincoln Day in Colorado, Ohio. Washington and Lincoln Day in Utah. Washington's and Lincoln's birthday in Minnesota. Using Washington and another person. George Washington Thomas Jefferson birthday in Alabama. George Washington's birthday and Daisy Bates Day in Arkansas. Yay, Arkansas. Unnamed, the third Monday in February in California is Lincoln's birthday, February 12th, explicitly known as Lincoln Day, is a separate holiday. How about that? Any excuse to have another holiday, right? Several states honor presidents with official state holidays that do not fall on the third Monday of February. In Massachusetts, the state officially celebrates Washington's birthday on the same day as the federal holiday. State law also directs the governors to issue an annual President's Day proclamation on May 29th, John F. Kennedy's birthday, honoring the presidents with Massachusetts roots. Kennedy, John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and Calvin Coolidge. In California, Connecticut, Missouri, and Illinois, while Washington's birthday is a federal holiday, Abraham Lincoln's birthday is still a state holiday, falling on February 12th, regardless of the day of the week. In New Mexico, President's Day, at least as a state government-paid holiday, is observed on the Friday following Thanksgiving, although the legal public holiday remains the third Monday in February. In Georgia, Washington's birthday is not a state government-paid holiday, although until 2018, it was officially observed on Christmas Eve. Similarly, in Indiana, Washington's birthday is observed on Christmas Eve or the day preceding the weekend if Christmas falls on Saturday or Sunday, while Lincoln's birthday is the day after Thanksgiving. The history. There's a little history here. George Washington was born on February 11th, 1731, at his parents' Pope's Creek Estate near Colonial Beach in Westmoreland County, Virginia, now the George Washington Birthplace National Monument. At the time, the entire British Empire, including its North American possessions, was on the Julian calendar. The empire, not being bound to the Catholic Church, had not yet adopted the modern Georgian calendar that Catholic countries had adopted in 1582. Consequently, by the 1730s, the Julian calendar used by Britain and colonies was 11 days behind the Gregorian because of leap year differences. Furthermore, the British civil year began on March 25th rather than January 1st, so that dates in February, such as this one, belonged to the preceding year. See, dual dating. That's right. Look up dual dating. You'll probably find out a little bit more about that. Well, let's see. Dual dating is the practice in historical materials to indicate some dates with what appears to be duplicate or excessive digits, sometimes separated by a hyphen or a slash, are placed one above the other. The need for dual dating arose from the transition from an older calendar to a newer calendar. There you go. Hey, have you heard? Side note, I'm thinking about this. There's a mathematician that came up with a 13-month calendar. I know this has nothing to do with President's Day, but this is what kind of came into my mind right now since we're talking about calendars and dates. There's a 13-month, 28 days each month calendar with one extra day or 2 extra days for leap year. The one extra day would be New Year's Day. So you'd have 13 28-day calendars, 28-day months. And that means that Sunday would always fall on the 1st and Saturday will always fall on the 7th. So you can pretty much figure out what day of the week. See? I think that's a smart idea. I know there's, he said that there were some corporate places that were trying to transition into that calendar because it's better on the paycheck if you only have 4 weeks every month. How about that? Better for accounting. Now, where was I? Let's see if I can get back to where I was here. Oh, yeah, dual dating. In 1752, the British Empire switched to the preceding year. Let's see. Oh, okay. In 1752, the British Empire switched to the Gregorian calendar. Since then, Americans born prior to 1752, including Washington, have typically had their birthdays recognized according to their Gregorian calendar, new style dates. Since February 11th on the Julian calendar was February 22nd, on the Gregorian, Washington's birthday is today known as February 22nd, 1732. The federal holiday honoring Washington was originally implemented by an act of Congress in 1879 for government offices in Washington, and expanded in 1885 to include all federal offices. As the first federal holiday to honor an American president, the holiday was celebrated on Washington's birthday under the Gregorian calendar, February 22nd. On January 1st, 1971, the federal holiday was shifted to the third Monday in February by the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. This places it between February 15th and February 21st, which makes Washington's birthday something of a misnomer, since it never occurs on Washington's actual birthday, February 22nd. A rough analog of this phenomenon can be seen in the Commonwealth realms, where the reigning monarch's official birthday is celebrated without regard to their actual date of birth. On the first attempt to create President's Day occurred in 1951, when President's Day National Committee was formed by Harold Stonebridge Fisher of Compton, California, city of Compton, who became its national executive director for the next 2 decades. The purpose was not to honor any particular president, but to honor the office of the presidency. It was first thought that March 1st, the original inauguration day, should be deemed as President's Day. But the bill recognizing March 4th stalled in the Senate Judiciary Committee, which had authority over federal holidays. The committee felt that, given its proximity to Lincoln and Washington's birthday, 3 holidays so close together would be unduly burdensome. But meanwhile, the governors of a majority of the states issued proclamations declaring March 4th President's Day in their respective jurisdictions. In an early draft of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, would have named the holiday President's Day to honor birthdays of both Washington and Lincoln, which would explain why the chosen date falls between the two. But this proposal failed in committee, and the bill was voted on and signed into law on June 28, 1968, keeping the name Washington's birthday. By the mid-1980s, with a push from advertisers, it's always capitalism, isn't it? The term President's Day began its public appearance in Washington's adopted hometown of Alexandria, Virginia. Celebrations are held throughout February. All right, almost finishing up here. Observations and traditions. A food traditionally associated with the holiday is cherry pie. He's my cherry pie, based on the legend of Washington in his youth chopping down a cherry tree. He cannot tell a lie. Until the late 1980s, corporate businesses generally closed on this day, similar to present corporate practices on Memorial Day or Christmas Day. However, after having been moved to the third Monday, most businesses remain open, with many offering sales and other promotions. Federal and state government services close. U.S. Post Office, state departments of motor vehicles, federal and state courts. Class schedules at universities and colleges vary depending on the school. Public elementary and secondary schools are generally closed, but some school districts, such as New York City, may close for an entire week as a mid-winter recess. The holiday is also a tribute to the general who created the first military badge of meant for the common soldier, revived on Washington's 200th birthday in 1932. The Purple Heart Medal, which bears Washington's image, is awarded to soldiers who are injured in battle. Community celebrations often display a lengthy heritage. Laredo, Texas hosts a month-long tribute, as does Washington's hometown of Alexandria, Virginia, which includes what is claimed to be the nation's longest-running and largest George Washington birthday parade. Eustis, Florida. I know when I lived in Florida, we called it Useless, Florida. Sorry, Eustis. It's just because it rhymes. It's just because it rhymes. I'm sure it's a lovely town. Holds an annual George Fest celebration that began in 1902. And Denver, Colorado, there is a society dedicated to observing the day. At the George Washington Birthplace National Monument in Westmoreland County, Virginia, visitors are treated to birthday celebrations on the holiday, while at Mount Vernon, they last throughout the holiday weekend and through February 22nd. Since 1862, there has been a tradition in the United States Senate that George Washington's farewell address be read on his birthday. Citizens asked that this be done in light of the ongoing Civil War. And finishing off, punctuation. Let's go through that nasty punctuation for the grammar Nazis out there. Because President's Day, with the apostrophe after the S, is not the official name of the federal holiday, there is variation on how it is rendered, both colloquially and in the name of its official state holidays. When used with the intention of celebrating more than one individual, the form President's Day with the apostrophe after the S was usual in recent years. In recent years, as the use of attributive nouns has become more widespread, the form President's Day with no punctuation has become more common. The Associated Press style book, most newspapers, and some magazines use this form. President's Day with the apostrophe before the S is an alternate rendering of Washington's birthday, also with the apostrophe before the S, for the purpose of commemorating the presidency as an institution, is proper use of a possessive, and it is the legal rendering in 8 states. Well, there you go. President's Day. Happy President's Day. Celebrate your American president. America. Celebrate in all things. Just to have a good time. Have a great day. This has been What Makes You Smarter, just trying to fill my head with knowledge. I'm KeysDAN. If you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. That's where I get to talk to people just like you. Everybody's got a story. Everybody. Use the hashtag What Makes You Famous to find it everywhere. Maybe you could be on the show. It's possible. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.